Who's who, really?
I'm Steven with Tobacco Cabana.
And I'm David. I'm a Texan, and I love cigars. This is the Road Show.
All right.
Toast. Can't forget the toast. All right, Steven, another show.
Another show.
Another day.
Lovely
another
day
cigar.
Here. Yep.
Yes, sir, man.
Enjoying it here at Tobacco Cabana.
Yes, sir. Tobacco Cabana in Cedar Hill. We always thank you for letting us shoot the show in here. You, Rhonda. Rhonda's actually here today.
She is.
Hey, Rhonda. Yeah. Love being here. Appreciate the culture that Tobacco Cabana has. So let's get into this with a Texas toast, right? We want to toast you guys. Right. Exactly. Always have to start it off right. We're going to toast to you guys. Good friends, good conversations, what we call a Texas toast. Cheers.
Cheers.
Prost. Wherever you're from, right?
Right. That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Good.
It's got a little bite to my palate, but it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Little one. Well, we're gonna get into some news.
Absolutely.
You know, we've got some new. I mean, this is the holiday season. We're shooting this right now. It's December 11th, so we're midway through December. But by the time you see this, you still got time to get some cigar gifts.
Yep.
For those people that are cigar smokers in your life.
Absolutely.
And what have you got? We've got some punch stuff here, right?
Yeah, this is a limited edition 4-pack that they're doing with a cutter. So that's shipping currently to retailers.
So a nice little 4-pack cutter combo.
Stucking
Stoffer.
Yeah.
Stuck in a stopper.
Yeah, in that thing.
How much of this?
You're right.
Right.
Great stocking stuffers for your cigar smokers.
Exactly. Yeah. And a nice little, everybody likes an extra cutter.
Exactly.
And these are good punch. Is it a sample or is it
It's a sample. It's 4 of them. The Classico EMS and the Signature Robusto, the Deluxe Maduro Chateau L, which is like a nice Churchill size.
Wow.
And the Knuckle Buster Habano Toro. So good medium line.
Yeah,
with punch.
The Signature is one of my favorite punches that they have.
Right.
Like the Diablo is way too much for me.
Yeah.
Way too much. Too dark. Too strong. Moved way far away from those cigars, but I know plenty of people that love that.
Yep.
But the Punch Signature, and which is the other one? We've got the Knuckle Buster.
Sure,
I think
the
that's
Classico.
a good, the Classico. Yeah, Classico Chateau. I'm not familiar with that Punch Deluxe Maduro Chateau L. So that's a Churchill size. Yeah.
Yep.
So again, if you like punch, and this is a 4-pack,
right?
Or somebody that likes punch, this is a good stocking stuffer. Got a nice little punch in it.
Right.
Good deal.
Right.
That's good for the holidays. Check your local retailer cigar shops to see if they carry punch. They probably got this in this time of year. So another note, we've got some stuff from Diesel. Diesel, we had some of theirs on the last show, and they've got something else coming out too called the Slide Show. It's just in time for the holidays, what they're saying, but it's a limited edition sampler again.
Right. And
it features a freakish looking footmarks that will smoke as flawlessly as their classic counterparts. I don't understand that. What is the Slideshow? No, Sideshow.
Sideshow. Yeah,
there it is. Sideshow. I don't have my glasses on. So Sideshow, freakishly. Okay, now Sideshow. I get that now. All right. So Diesel Sideshow takes the full body Diesel, and I always think full body with Diesel.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that's AJ, and AJ is going to put some big tobaccos in there.
Mm-hmm.
Blended through a veritable fun house and gives the cigar lover a glimpse of what happens when the expert rollers like AJ Fernandez, have free reign to sculpt tobacco into smokable art forms. Wow.
Right.
That sounds like an adventure. I might want to try it just because some of these, the sideshow includes a 4.5 by 60 called the Diesel Frog Boy.
Right.
Diesel Pinhead is a 5 by 54. Diesel Two-Headed Nightingale, 6 by 60. And the Diesel Bearded Lady is a 6 by 46. And the Diesel Elephant Man, 6 by 52. Diesel Bohemian Twins, 7 by 38. And a Diesel Strongman, 7 by 58. There's only 1,000 of these boxes made.
Very limited run.
$100, they're listed at $99.99. It's shipped out in October, so they should have them in there if somebody carries diesel, especially this time of year. And it says that it's something that's released annually as a special limited production for a holiday run. So, all right, guys, that's a couple of them. We'll be right back with a little bit more news.
Was aged in an Oloroso sherry hogshead for 25 years. And he and I partnered, and I bought part of that cask, and it's our own private cask.
Wow.
So other than us, our little group, no one's ever tasted this whiskey before.
Wow.
Especiale.
All right, Stephen, we got some more news, right? What do you got?
We got some more news. And we're seeing this a lot this year. Holiday box.
Yeah.
So like a 12 from CAO to kick off the season. This is new for their 2022. 12-day box, so kind of like the Advent.
So the 12, yeah, so it's kind of like doing an Advent thing.
Yep.
12, start out 12 days. This one might be a little bit more, we're just now saying it. Hopefully you guys have found it in your retailer. And because we're coming up, as we're taping this, we're coming up to that 12-day mark where you're going to have to try to start smoking these things.
Right.
So hopefully you've already found it, but it's interesting.
Yep. Suggested retail, about $108 for 12 cigars.
Wow.
Yeah, good price.
Okay.
Yeah. And you've got the MX2 Toro, the Italia Gondola.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a strong cigar.
Brasilia Samba.
Okay. That's a different Vitola for the Brasilia.
Right. The American Monument.
American, okay. I always smoke that one on 4th of July.
Yeah. This is one I haven't heard of. It's the Steel Horse Bullneck.
That's one of the those big the Steel Horse is a part of. Is that part of the what is that line? They've got the Steel Horse. They've got the ape hanger and so forth that go with those. And I'm drawing a blank.
The motorcycle line.
The motorcycle basically line to that.
Because you got the flathead camshaft.
You're right.
The Columbia Magdalena.
Columbia. I've smoked that one in Columbia.
Yep. The Pilon Toro.
Pilon. Oh, that's a great one.
Right.
Pilon.
The Session Garage.
Garage.
That's another good one. The Bones Blind Huey.
I like the Bones. Love that.
And the Zocalo Toro.
So they reblended that Zocalo.
Yeah. And the BX3 Toro.
BX3, if you guys didn't watch our last show with Dave, where we paired that with the rums.
The Brazilian.
That BX3 with the sweetness of that one and the rums that we had was a fantastic pairing. So there is 12 cigars in there for just a little over $100. All CAO. A lot of the ones maybe you guys don't think about buying.
Right.
So buy yourself a sampler, celebrate Christmas at the same time while you're smoking a cigar.
Absolutely.
I mean, it sounds like a good deal to me, right?
Or put it under the tree for somebody and they can enjoy it.
There you go. All right, guys, we'll be back right after this.
Texas, more than 260,000 square miles.
Previously on Texas Cigar Roadshow.
And we're gonna go talk to Micallef, and that's a family thing too.
Micallef has got great cigars, number one. Number two, their whole premise for how they're interacting with their customers, their people, is extraordinary in this industry, I think.
Today's Cigar Word is brought to you by Erez Premium Cigars.
Today's Cigar Tip is brought to you by Micallef Cigars.
Mm-hmm. How about a tip, Stephen?
We're both smoking typical open foot cigars.
Right.
But if you encounter a closed foot, here's a good tip for you. Like we toast the end on this, you can do the same thing to a closed foot, but don't light it hot, as per Dave Yancey. Light it, let it get toasted and smoking, and then take a couple puffs, because then you get to enjoy that wrapper immediately, and you get such a great burst of
Initial flavors right off of that first light, yeah.
If you can retrohale, that is probably one of the best times to do it. Do a quick retrohale on it, and then to further light it if you need to. Do it away, just touch it up, it'll get going, and you will have a beautiful smoke going with that closed foot.
And I can add one thing to a closed foot, because I've done it in experience way in the past. When you first get a closed foot and you're trying to get a cold draw on it.
Not happening.
Dadgum thing's plugged. You know what? I need to cut more off.
Oh.
And then you go, oh, that's why I can't get any air through there. There are some closed foots that are very closed.
Very tight.
Very closed.
tight.
And there are some closed foots where
You
there is a little bit of air going to get through there. So if you just pay attention that if you cut it, which you're going to cut it, but pay attention, are you smoking a closed foot? And that's the reason why you can't draw, so don't cut off anymore. And then, again, light it, just like Stephen said. Great tip, man.
Thank you.
All right. What'd you think of that tip?
Yeah, another good tip.
Another good one. Simple, easy, to the point, right?
Yeah, and like I was saying, as long as you and I both been smoking cigars, it's always good to have a nice little reminder.
Exactly. And then, speaking of cigars, I brought some new ones.
Big Sky.
Big Sky, yeah.
Big Sky.
Montana.
These blends look amazing.
Yeah, they did. That one looked right up your alley.
Yes, the San Andreas with Nicaraguan long fillers and binders.
Exactly. And then, don't mind the sound effects. And then we've got this one, which is the Habano wrapper with Jalapa, Condega, Esteli,
and
Ometepe. I mean, it's like, let's just shove all the different regions of Nicaragua in here. And it's a good looking cigar too. I like the construction, everything. Never had this. Neither Dave nor I have smoked this one. The guys up there at Big Sky, they sent it to, I asked them, hey, if I could get it on the show and review it for them. We're going to pull it up on the web here. You happen to have yours up?
I happen to have it up.
Okay, so he's going to have it up here. And so
I've got the Madison.
So the Madison is what Dave has with the
No,
blue
you have the
Madison.
Madison.
I have the
You have the
Madison.
Madison because it's got the Habano wrapper, San Andreas binder.
Binder.
San Andreas binder with the Jalapa, Condego, and Esteli and Ometepe.
Oh, well, okay. I missed that binder.
I've got the Bighorn.
Bighorn, okay.
Which is the San Andreas, Nicaragua, and Nicaragua.
All right. These are both standard Toro Vitolas. Mm-hmm. Beautiful looking cigars. I mean, they've got a good earthy smell to it.
They're both classified as medium plus.
Okay. I like that. So this, exciting. I saw Ellery, he put out with cigarscore.com lounge, he put out a little clip saying, do you try new cigars? As often as I possibly can, I do. And here's one instance right here, is neither you or I have had these cigars.
And we've been kind of doing that a little bit these past few episodes, We've had a couple of completely blind pairings.
Right, yeah. Both the drink and the cigar.
Now, our drink today I am quite familiar with. In fact, I wrote a review and published it in the Whiskey Network magazine back in October. And then for the November issue, this particular one was one of my top 5s.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm still listening, even though I got it.
Even though you were blown away.
When you get a nice flavor that is really noticeable straight off the bat, first puff, light, and it was real earthy, real like I was walking through a forest, pine trees type of. That's what immediately came to mind.
Cream coffee.
Cream coffee on yours, wow.
Cream coffee, just right off the bat.
So you're saying that's pretty smooth.
It's, I mean, just right off.
Any pepper?
Right off the,
That's Nicaraguan. Any pepper right now?
No pepper at all. I mean, it's just, you know, that little bit of that, you know, that rich, bitter coffee with a little, you know, with a little bit of creamer in it. Just right off the bat of this, it's really
so
nice.
slight of a sweetness right there because of that jalapa. Oh, it's got a nice aroma.
So let's talk about this whiskey a little bit.
And so let me ask you this too. So I told you I had the cigars, and how are you looking at this with what to pair with it?
So for this time around, I wanted to go with a whiskey that is just a really good all-around whiskey that's going to pair really nice with most profiles.
Okay.
And so this particular blend, what Kentucky Owl is doing is John Ray, who is the master blender for Kentucky Owl.
Okay.
And Kentucky Owl is owned by the Stoli Group. So you know Stoli Vodka.
Oh yeah.
That family owns Kentucky Owl. So what they did is he sent a number of samples to Japan to Yahisha Yosuke, who is a master blender, a Japanese whiskey master blender. And so he sent a number of samples and they collaborated to where Yahisha blended what John Ray, what Kentucky Owl sent over to him, came up with a blend and then sent that recipe back over to Kentucky Owl, and they came up with this one. So this is a bourbon whiskey that is blended in Japanese style.
You know, that's one thing that I haven't had a whole lot of is Japanese whiskey, which I've seen a lot more. You know, you go to the Total Wine, I do that quite a bit, and I've seen a good shelf section of Japanese whiskeys. Dwayne Poor has Japanese whiskeys. Some friends I've had pulled out some Japanese whiskeys, and they've always been good. I forget to think about looking for them.
I don't own any Japanese myself,
Okay.
and for the exact same reason. Now, I just came back from Vegas for the Whiskey Fest put on by Whiskey Advocate.
Oh, nice.
And got the opportunity to try a 21-year-old Hibiki Japanese whiskey, which was just out of this world good.
Wow.
But this one here is blended in that Japanese style.
Okay.
So Japanese whiskey style is going to be very reminiscent of your Highlands and Speyside scotches.
Okay.
So it's going to be much more fruity, floral.
I was going to ask you that. I said the ones that I've tried, I've noticed that they're a little bit more on the floral side of.
Yeah, especially the floral with maybe little bits of stone fruits in there. So with this one, we're going to have bourbon characteristics. We're going to get a little bit of that peppery kick from the rye in it. But it's also going to be very floral and fruity notes as well.
So you're saying we can start drinking now?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
All right. So to another cigar pairing and a new drink. I'm always excited about that. So you're going to take a draw first. And then
I'm going to,
because you've had this.
Oh, I've had this many
it's already
times.
almost halfway gone. Sure.
Yeah, I wrote an article on this in the magazine on reviewing it, and it was just they contacted me and said we'd love to send you a couple of bottles. And I said, which have you had the Takami? And I said, yes, I had the Takami. I had it when I went to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, and this was best of show for me. So when they offered it to me just for being able to write a review, I said, oh, please, twist my arm.
Yeah, right. Right. That is nice. No, that I thought while we were talking, getting going here, that just off the nose with that, I thought it smelled like it was going to have a good pairing with this cigar, because I was, smoking on this already, and then just the nose on that whiskey was telling me that they were going to be a good pair. And this one, I think they're on the lighter side both. I mean, this says medium plus, but it smokes light. What is the proof on that?
This is coming in at, well, it's got to be on here somewhere. We're 100 proof.
100 proof. Okay, so
100 proof.
That's right in your wheelhouse of 120, 100 proof, right? You like 120
I like 120. So I consider a high proof at 120 and above.
right? Yeah, that's definitely not high proof.
100 or really about the 112 to 120 is medium proof for me, and then 80 to 110, 112 is low proof. But
okay.
But that's just
but most people, well, I'm going to say your average person that doesn't drink a whole lot of bourbon, if you will. And once you start listing something in the triple digits, even just 100, they go, woo!
Oh, yeah.
And you're thinking, okay, that's a nice base, starting point or something.
I've talked to people who would say, oh, yeah, this is nice low proof at 95. And they're like, low proof, 95? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. They just, they can't handle the high proof stuff. And I used to be at that point where I just didn't think I was a bourbon guy. I don't know which ones I tried for the life of me because it was always that, maybe because I didn't know how to drink it properly. I didn't know what to look for, how to taste it. But when you take a drink of it and it's just that, and it's just the alcohol hitting you, then it turns you off.
It does, but you've got to learn how to get yourself through that, because our bodies are naturally going to put up a barrier against that ethanol, against that alcohol. So you've got to learn how to break through that barrier of it, to acclimate your palate, to acclimate your senses to that. And the biggest one of our senses that we got acclimated to it is the senses in our nasal passage. And then secondary would be the senses that are on our tongue and within our mouth and the palate itself. Okay. So there's ways that that you can do that, so you can be able to start. But drinking the higher proofs. But I never recommend somebody who's been drinking 80, 90 proof to just immediately jump into that high 125, 130, 140.
So how would you recommend somebody that's getting into whiskeys for the first time, or they're interested in it because they see a lot more of their friends, and I'm thinking about getting into whiskeys more, bourbons more, start them off with what, like a benchmark?
I'd start them off, just a lower, 80, 90, 100 proof.
Yeah.
A good quality, because you can go with a lower quality bourbon and it drinks a lot hotter than what it actually is. Okay, so you can say without saying names, a bottled and bond 100 proof that's $20, and it drinks like it's 120 proof, where you have a 7-year bottled and bond that's and it's not the price point, but it's just the processing that go through.
Yeah, and there are plenty of other shows out there, Bourbon Real Talk, that can point out these things of where to go for those types of whiskeys.
Yes, yeah.
And then just try to step it up in proof next time, when you want to go up from there, right?
Right, and just don't immediately go for the low dollar one in those cases. Because they'll not always be as smooth, and I hate using that word.
Yeah.
But
even though there are some great bottom shelf
Oh, right. We've had some great bottom shelf on the show right here.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm introducing somebody to it, I want to introduce them to something that's not going to drink really hot.
That is definitely on the fruity and floral side. More floral.
So what do you think about it being in one of my top 5?
I can see why. Yeah, I had the you're talking about the Grange Stone 12-year aged in a Cadera cask.
Mm-hmm.
Same type, real floral, fruity notes in it for a Scotch.
And, excuse me. I really love seeing the collaborations that different distilleries are doing. And Kentucky Owl, this is their collaboration for 2022. They did another really good collaboration, which I had the chance to try it, but I don't remember what the name of it was in 2021. And in talking with them, I can't say what they've got coming out for 2023, but I'm telling you, people are going to want to look for it.
Okay, nice. So how's that cigar pairing with it? First time cigar?
First time cigar. I definitely recommend people going out and get these cigars. Yeah, I mean, this is a nice cigar.
They've got several
beautiful
blends.
box. I mean, look at that grain work in that.
Those stickers. They're using that as their seal, and that's an actual sticker.
Okay.
As their seal, they're holographic. I like the holographic stickers.
I do too. It's kind of reminiscent of yours.
Yeah, I've got one too. Yeah, definitely. But it's it's a great looking cigar. It's a good looking band on there. Good looking box.
It's nice construction.
Good
It's got some good. I mean, I'm liking the oils that I'm seeing in the coming
Definitely
up here on
yours.
this.
That is a dark,
really nice oils on this. A little bit of vein work in there, but that's not bad at all.
Right, but I was just going to mention that a little. I can see some vein work, but it's a nice smooth wrapper. It's not a toothy wrapper.
No, it's not. It's not. The draw's good on it, so it's telling me it's good construction. I'm not having any pulls on any side of it. Getting a nice even burn. That's a nice white, whitish gray ash on it. Mm-hmm. Is what we say. Starting to stack the dimes there.
Stack the dimes.
And the pairing is nice on it. Yeah. The pairing is enjoyable.
It's a good choice, David. Dave, I should say. I'm David. You're Dave, right?
I'm Dave. You're David. Yeah. We're both gray beards.
Exactly. Mine's getting a little bit more white, though. But, it's another good pairing. So, guys, is this one easy to find? That's what I was going to ask and let them know.
Unfortunately, it's not.
Okay. So, why?
Why? Because it's a limited edition.
Okay.
It's a limited. Now, you can find it. It's going to run you anywhere from $130 to $150 for a bottle.
Okay.
Of it.
So thank you. I love, come on. When you go over to somebody and they've got a bottle like this and they're like the saying goes, if it's on the table,
then it's open to share.
It's open to share. I would put that one under the table real quick after a while if people are attacking it, but because that's going to be hard for you to replace too, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and when I do bring this one up to Bottle Night, it's under the table.
Yeah,
it's under the table.
That one's mine. Yeah, I can see why. Golly, just took another sip of that, and it's really nice.
The florals on it, some of the florals on it kind of reminds me of a little bit of rose.
Yes, I said the same thing. It is a rose petal, definitely. Yes.
With a little bit of stone fruit. I'm getting a little bit of strawberry, maybe a little bit of raspberry. And they're right on the tip of the tongue.
I can see the strawberry, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely that red. It's that red fruit side, red flower side. I don't know what a carnation tastes like or smells like. I don't think carnation, but a rose. But definitely it was that silky smooth. Like when you feel a rose petal and it's that texture, that smooth texture. That's what it feels like drinking this. It's just a smooth rose petal.
And the oils, the viscosity of it, it's not overbearing. It's not really heavy. It's nice light oils, which is, again, very reminiscent of Japanese whiskey. Nice light oils coating the tongue.
Yeah.
And it's got a nice medium long finish.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It definitely coats the mouth. And then I'm still getting some of the finish right now on that. And It's yeah, definitely the roses are forefront.
Yeah, roses immediately right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Which pairs nicely with what we're smoking, because it's bringing out those floral notes, those earthy notes of the cigar.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize. I mean, we equate the San Andreas, and especially the Especiale Habano, which is what you have.
I'm getting no pepper.
No, it's very smooth out. I haven't gotten any pepper yet on it. Both of our wrappers are really known for those deep, creamy, dark, chocolatey type notes. And I'm getting the creamy notes. I'm not getting a lot of the chocolatey notes. I'm getting more earthy, floral notes in mine, which is really nice. That's a nice.
Well, imagine this.
pairing.
Imagine this. You walk, like I said, when I'm smelling this, and then the first light up puff, it reminded me of walking through a forest. You're walking through a forest and you run into a rose bush. That's what we've got right here.
Wild roses.
Wild roses, man. Well, this is great pairing, Dave. I really appreciate that. The treat to get to drink something like this. I'm always excited to introduce you to a new cigar. So the guys out there at Big Sky, good job. Very good job.
BigSkyCigars.com. Go check them out.
These guys are not in a lot of the shops down in this region. And Brandon was around here, and he stopped by the shop. And so these boxes are actually going into our raffle. By the time you see this video, the event will be going on at that time. But these boxes are going in our raffles. And you know, if you look these up on their website, I'm sure you can order from them. But call your local cigar shop and see if you can't get some Big Sky where you're at.
Yeah, and go out to Kentucky Owl, just KentuckyOwlWhiskey.com, I believe is what it is, and check out the Takami edition, because you know, you'll be able to search where you can get it from there, and highly recommend it. This is, for me, this is a bottle that's worth its price point.
That one's worth 130. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely. All right. Another good pairing, Dave. Another good bottle. Great cigars. All right, guys, stay tuned.
I am at the famous, well, there's 3 of them now. There's one in Tampa, one in Dallas, the Colony, if you want to be technical, and one in Florida. I am at Cigar International. This is Cigar King with Shop Stop. Once again, see you out there, smokes up, sticks up.
Another stove. We're done.
Yep, another
We're all
great
done.
shop stop.
That's it, right?
No. We got to talk about that shop stop.
Shop stop. Yeah, another great shop stop. Always appreciate Dave, Leaf and Grain, going out there with the Cigar Traveler and getting some places that, I don't know, have you guys been to some of these shops that they've done? I'd like to visit some I've seen.
Definitely, when I'm in the area.
Exactly. Or if you guys are out there, just get your cell phone. I can tell you how to set it up and what to do and what to focus on and things like that. Give us a look at the shop that you guys like to go and frequent.
Absolutely.
I know no shop owner is going to turn away some basic airtime that you can give them and show off your lounge where you're at.
Yep, love to get the
Another
name
great
out.
show, another great pairing with Dave, some more good news. That's what we're about.
Absolutely.
Right? And like we always say, Stephen, what do we say? Enjoy the leaf.
Enjoy the leaf.
Grow the culture. Boom, guys.
Texas Cigar Roadshow is presented by Lone Star Cigar Association.